Hey y'all, this is Roll Forth, and we are super excited because it's our first ever episode. We are four friends wanting to share the wild stories we come up with playing tabletop role-playing games. You know, our main weekly campaign, the Empire Initiative, has been going on for about 2.5, 3 years, and it's time that we share this silly little adventure we have going on. And the person that's leading us through this story is our extraordinary MD, Shanna Cantu. Can you please introduce yourself? And we'll introduce our characters and ourselves a little bit after that.
Hello, my name is Shanna. I'm your MD, Master of Dungeons.
Hi, God. Hi, God.
And I've been DMing for about 17, 18 years now. I've been playing since I was a teenager and playing 3.5, playing 5e, and soon to be playing other games, and hell yeah.
I am Samaria. I play Zevari Umbermore, your friendly local cleric/warlock who, you know, may or may not have sold her soul to the devil, but that is somehow the least of her worries right now. It's also the intro that I have for her Spotify playlist. Like, if you click on it, that little blurb is right there, right up top. Zevari is just a little red tiefling. She's 5'2", red. She has two horns that stick kind of opposite, two sets of horns that stick in opposite directions. She has white, curly, wavy hair that reaches down to like the very top of her butt. She's currently wearing it in a braid during our adventures. And she has a little pet pseudo-dragon. His name is Daru. And he is a dragon, but he looks strangely fox-like in appearance, just with some cute wings.
I'm Rachel Voss. I play Rain Vosgrove, the dwarf monk bard failing school but winning life. Rain is a dwarf. She has brown reddish hair. It's about shoulder length. It's a little bit longer than she normally has it, so it's like past her shoulders, I guess. And she is a manual wheelchair user. She does have her own chair, but she also has her BFF Flux, her best friend Flux, who is a mimic that changes into her mobility aids whenever she needs it. And yeah.
I'm Ryan, and I play Dart of the Hopkins, a mad lad frog chad with a crown and a gun and too many sons.
Shut the fuck up!
Make Ryan's last, please.
Say it again. Do it again.
Move faster. Say it again.
All right, take two. I am Ryan, and I play Dart of the Hopkins, a mad lad frog chad with a crown and a gun and too many sons.
Wow.
Yeah, you're going last.
Yeah. Put his ass in the back.
I wrote that literally as we sat down at this table.
Sometimes the first draft is the best one.
Mm-hmm.
Dart is a 3.5 to 4 foot tall anthropomorphic frog. He has mostly blue skin with magenta highlights.
Does he have bones?
No, he is supported by a system of fluid-filled canals.
Just wanted that established from the very beginning.
You mean because I mention it every single session?
Yes. So, what are your characters' classes and what abilities do you have?
So I am level 10. That's 8 levels into Fey Wanderer Ranger, and 2 into War Cleric. And as far as abilities go, I think I would touch on, obviously, as a Ranger, I do a lot of archery, and I have a lot of spells and abilities that are meant for, augmenting that kind of thing. But then, like, I'm also good at tracking and moving through the environment, and I'm very stealthy. And then for flavor, usually I've got the sticky tongue and the sticky pads that are always fun to bring into play. And the last thing I wanted to touch on is that if no one is looking at me, my shadow dances.
Zevari is level 10 as well. She is a warlock, Pact of the Fiend. She also has 2 levels in cleric, and those levels are with the Twilight domain. As far as ability goes, she has a lot of the classic kind of warlock abilities. She is very much so the blaster of the party. She does have some healing capabilities due to her levels in cleric. She's very charismatic, but she chooses usually not to use that. I'm trying to think, like, all of her abilities. She has so much. One of the abilities that she was gifted from her patron, Asmodeus. She has the Infernal Conduit ability. Thank you, MCDM, for that. Basically, she is able to take damage herself to heal her allies. It's very gross when she does it, so they don't like her to do it. Mm-hmm. Daru is also her familiar. She can see through him. He is very much so the scout, oftentimes.
Daru is often the real MVP.
Daru comes in clutch. She also thinks Daru is real. Fun fact, she has no idea that, like, he's not real and that pseudo-dragons don't just do that. Because, will be explored later, nobody's taught her how to use magic. So she's just winging it.
Winging it with her wingman Daru.
Exactly. Also, since Zevari follows Asmodeus and his whole thing, it's kind of like with the trickery domain and things like that, she can also create perfect illusions / duplicates of herself, but only one.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Oh, God. She's just like, yeah, all warlocks can do this, can't they?
Sounds very Zevari. Rain is also a level 10. She has 8 levels in Monk and 2 levels in Bard. Rain's Monk is something we've been working on for such a long time. It has been really a huge group effort between, is the brainchild, the Conservatory of the Waking Dream is the brainchild between Wesley McGee Saxon and myself for the Forge Ahead, a Party to Access, which is the organization we co-founded to increase disability representation in games, specifically authentic disability representation in games. And we came up with this thing. We've been working on it for just as long as our campaign has been going on, because we've been really play testing what we've been doing in this Empire Initiative campaign. And the conservatory has 6 schools, one of which being the Waking Gravity School, which is Rain's Monk subclass. So this school has taught her how to control gravity, how to manipulate gravity on herself and a little bit on others. She's really working towards being able to do even more with that, right? She has her moon glide, which makes gravity affect her less, as well as colossal stance. And they both have, which is colossal stance being the flip side, where gravity affects her even more. And they both have their purposes, and they both have their different abilities depending on what situation is in need. And we explore these a lot because Rain uses them a lot. And we also are starting to really tap into Alter Center of Gravity as well, because that's something new, and we've just recently kind of updated it and revamped it. And so we're very much play testing this subclass in particular. Also, in the future, Rain will be able to give Colossal Stance and Moonglide to her allies. At least that's the goal, and some other things, but that's what we have right now. Also, Rain is the Master of Ravens, which we will explore a lot in this coming up.
We'll explore it later.
Even later, yes. But basically, we haven't done any of the critical role lore or anything like that for Master of Ravens. It was more of a monk situation. I don't know if stuff's gonna happen for it in the future. I don't know. We'll see. So Rain is able to basically, she has these tattoos that come off of her and create like a wind spiral for so she can fly, and then she has other things she can do, like the voice stealer, and I haven't done that, I don't think yet, but and she can mimic things, and so I know it's gonna come up because Rain is a wheelchair user, but Rain often in Moonglide will be able to do, when Moonglide is where her gravity doesn't affect her as much, she's able to do things like a backflip or like do various different things that maybe a wheelchair user wouldn't necessarily be able to do in your minds, but fuck it, let's do it. So there's various ways that she's able to do it, so just putting that out there in the prologue.
Yeah, if you don't like it, play your own game.
Get out of here.
This is our game.
Get out of here. Get over here. I was trying to do the opposite. Get out of here.
Out of my face.
Oh my god. Okay, Vegeta.
The Master of Ravens. It's somewhat of an MCDM thing. It's sort of more just like some shit Matt talked about at some point. And I took the idea and like, designed stuff with it. But yes, it is a power granted by some mysterious, unknowable force.
I would like to know it.
It's like
good not knowing it.
It's like a martial arts thing. It's something that's only available to monks. There is only one animal master of any like given like animal at any time. So like there's only one Master of Ravens. It is Rain. She became the Master of Ravens by defeating the previous master.
Brutally.
Yes, and that is typically how one becomes a master, an animal master. But there is also a temple somewhere where if like an animal master dies and they didn't like pass on their abilities, it goes back to the temple. So you can go to the temple and
prove yourself.
Seek it out. And it's, more so like not a super well-known thing. And nobody knows where the temple is right now.
That's why my mouth is like
full of baklava.
I had to put baklava in my mouth so I didn't say any spoilers. After 2.5 years at the point where we started recording, like we had something good, we had something going, and we were at this point where we had been playing for 7 levels,
very consistently,
where we had a lot of history, where to a point where a lot of podcasts aren't starting their podcast, so it's something different. So we just felt like it was a good time, but ultimately the priority is we're just 4 friends having fun.
Yeah.
Like sharing our story.
I also feel like we are turning the cusp of where this is where most D&D campaigns end. Like really, people usually don't go up to 10 or much past it. And we're making plans to go way past it. And I think that's really cool just to see regular non-professionals play at higher levels. I think that's really fun.
It's scary though.
Also, I've never played D&D. This is my first campaign. My knowledge of D&D before this was that it was mentioned in the intro to a My Chemical Romance song. I'm Not Okay song. That was where my D&D knowledge began and ended.
think this is a really good question to like talk about. Like, I started playing D&D because I started living with Shanna in 2014, and she was like, "If you live with me, you need to make a character."
And she was basically like, "If you want to be with me, you gotta play D&D."
Yeah, you gotta play with my friends.
Dead ass. That was it. And I was
If
like,
you want to be my roommate, you gotta play D&D.
"Can this be an intro later? Can this could be something?"
We are all sued.
Hell yeah.
It was a parody.
Yeah. They never said the word Shanna in that song.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that and I designed disabled characters for Forge Ahead of Party to access, as well as other things, as well as mobility aids, and advocate for disability representation in games. Okay, that's me.
As far as my experience with D&D, I had played one session of D&D before I started playing with this current group. And now I've been playing with you guys for like, what, a decade almost. That first session was terrible, but it was also the only other time I played a ranger up until this current character.
It didn't scare you away.
It wasn't us.
Those guys were jerks. Pod 6 is jerks. That's a reference just for me. Yeah. So now I guess we have, what, technically 3 campaigns ongoing, and one of which I am the DM, which is weird.
Hell yeah.
And a document of one-shots we're going to do.
Yeah, saying like a slew of one-shots that we're going to knock out eventually, I'm sure.
We have a big, beautiful brains here.
Indeed. You've ran campaigns for me. I've ran campaigns for you.
That's true.
I've done one-shots for the crew. So we've done like a decent amount of D&D. We have...
I'm the only one that hasn't DM'd yet. But I have so many ideas, I might as well have.
And we are exploring with other like systems as well. And like variations and rules, and that's one of the things I'm like excited about, the MCDM.
Draw Steel.
Did I say it right?
They named it. It's Draw Steel now.
Cortex. I love Cortex so much. I talk about it too much. That's why I didn't like say it first, but I do fucking love Cortex so much. And Daggerheart has some beautiful disability representation.
Pathfinder we have on the horizon.
Yeah, so we are really interested in other systems.
The avatar role
The avatar role playing. Shout out to...
But you have to watch Korra first.
Yes.
I haven't watched
I can't run it without you having watched Korra. I can't run it if you haven't watched Korra.
So we're not gonna run it? I haven't watched...
You have to watch Korra.
Finish She-Ra.
Just take your time.
We just started Arcane. I can only juggle so many messy lesbians.
Dude,
Take your time.
we got time.
Take your time. That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's not even on the
Here's the
spreadsheet
thing.
yet.
don't worry about it.
I want to play the Avatar because I desperately
Figure it out.
bloodbending. But it's healing. I think that's so fucking cool.
I just want to date
can
myself
do it.
real quick one more time,
I
because
believe
that's
in you.
been my favorite thing in this so far, by pointing out that I have been a long-term fan of medieval fantasy, and I just want to clarify that by saying that I had, as a child, the audiobook version of The Hobbit on vinyl.
What?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell fucking yeah.
Nice. Very impressive.
Also, someday I've been begging Shanna for this, to try and play Vampire the Masquerade with me. I don't know anything about it other than there's vampire clans, and that's pretty fucking cool to me.
I'm just waiting for baddies.
I don't know who's gonna run baddies. I'm not gonna lie.
Am I gonna have to run baddie?
Well, Shanna has had really good ideas for baddies, and so have I. So I'm like, I'm fine if you run baddies because you actually know how to run. I don't. I'll just be doing random shit.
I do have like a whole plot.
I have a whole plot. I have a campaign
worked
length
out.
idea as well.
For baddies.
But I also have a lot of one-shot ideas
So-
for baddies.
Yeah.
Most specifically, the beer run one-shot. I think that'd be really funny.
I also want to run a Night of the Living Dead one-shot where everybody dies at the end.
Honestly, this is gonna sound insane. We need more D&D characters that die. God damn it!
Yeah, I definitely want to do some like apocalypse.
Except for us 3.
I've said I'm fine with Zevari dying.
I very, very much want to do like a Suicide Squad type,
I have a
one
character.
shot where, we just rip that off and do it. That's it.
Yeah, I've told Shanna, like, it's fine if Zevari dies. There need to be stakes. If she dies, she dies. Make it so we can bring her back.
Mm-hmm.
But if she's dead for a session or two.
That's how I feel about Vo. Because I went in being like Curse of Strahd.
Like, a lot of people describe as a meat grinder.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, I know this character's gonna die. Just fucking have fun. And she's still alive right now.
I'm rocking with her because she's rocking with me.
And I just want her death to be badass. That's really all it is.
I could see Vo doing like a blaze of glory. Good God, I'm not wishing for Vo to die, not anytime soon.
It's hard to die in the campaign when the big bad wants to jump your bones.
Your bones, not mine.
He called me an abomination.
His wife beat the shit out of you.
He thinks I'm smart, though.
He thinks I'm just gross. So
he's gonna make me dinner.
Yeah, he's gonna make you dinner.
Back that all the way up. Sorry, that's
all the
spoilers. I need to cut that out.
That's a different campaign. These are different characters.
Do we like adequately cover that we're like doing this because we're friends? I feel like, yeah. Okay.
I'm doing this because mind your own fucking business.
Don't steal my lines.
But it just feels right.
It does. It does lead into like the next thing. I know I already said it, but like this disabled character that I'm playing is based off of me, who is a disabled person. And I really just wanted to I'm working hard to increase authentic disability representation in games, so might as well play this character that I have designed for the Forge that was loosely based off of me. Loosely as in, like, she's basically me. But she's not me. Rain is not Rachel. No. Rachel is not Rain. But at the same time, I'm a human being. Disabled people deserve to be in fantasy. And so if you have a problem with that, back the fuck off. Go find another podcast.
Right.
That magically has a doctor in a village that just cures all your disabled people.
Even though there's nothing wrong with them.
Exactly. They didn't have to be cured in the first place.
Fuck
just your views on society.
If your fantasy doesn't have space for disabled people, queer people, LGBT people in general, this probably isn't the podcast for you. Fair warning.
After this prologue, you'll probably know, but definitely
you've probably already tuned out, TBH.
I feel like I accidentally played myself in this campaign because I was like, I'm going to tell the world that I'm a dark, brooding, tough exterior, and the world looked back at me and they were like, you're just a gentle baby.
I think there's something really beautiful in that, though.
Thank you.
I like Dart being a hard ass, honestly, in the first half, but then like our adventures pull him in places that tug on his heartstrings and make him care about more than brooding, quote unquote. I think that's very beautiful.
I've only had these kids for 10 sessions, but if anything happens to them, I will kill everyone else and then myself.
Damn. Speaking of that, Dart, how did you adopt 20 kids?
So didn't happen all at once, but the catalyst moment was that we went to, I don't know what you would call it, or what it was like a reference to. Was it from Daddy's Bullywugs? Mm-hmm. So we went to a Bullywugs, which, as I understand it, is like the medieval Dave and Buster's. Please don't sue us.
I don't even think they're in business anymore.
If they are, they'll sue us.
Yeah.
And we'll have to pay them in tokens. It'll be terrible.
We can reference Kicks. It was Dave and Buster's, but in Missouri.
Well, we have our own, but you have to stay tuned to listen.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, we went inside, and for some reason, they had, I guess, what I would describe as like fight pits, staffed entirely by children, like child fighting rings. And for some reason, seeing that instantaneously melted my dark, brooding exterior and made me want to be a dad instantly. So I don't remember exactly how it all went down, but I think the gist of it was I said, this is bad, and they said, no, it's not, and then I killed them and took the kids.
I have vivid memory of how this happened. That is generally how it happened. You were also very drunk.
It sounds like me.
I do not want us to forget, Dart was very drunk because we were like celebrating something. And you saw the fight pit with the kids and you're like, oh, hell no.
Unacceptable.
We definitely betted on him to win, and so we won.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think I feel like I told the kids, like, hey, you can go free, and they were like, well, we don't have anywhere to go, and I was like, well, then I guess I'm your papa now.
And then we went around for like 2 sessions individually finding them jobs and different careers and people to mentor them, and then we found our favorites and brought them back home.
And
I
I
we
have
like you the most.
sent them large sums of my looted money to pay for their apartments and various needs. So that's been realistic, I guess.
They're just rich kids. They're trust fund rich kids with nice apartments up in like Soho. That's all that's going on.
I sleep in a tent on the side of the road and send all my money back to my kids so they can have a nice apartment in town. And yeah, I think initially I adopted 10. But word spread of the
Uprising.
Frog Liberator, and
11.
Was it 11?
Because your scrap has 11 scraps in it.
Well, I have 30 scraps now.
I know, but it was your first scrap.
No, well, in any case, I eventually adopted more. Or I guess they came to me and said, we heard what you did, and we also want to be Dart's kids. And so that number just continues to multiply. I think with our, and I won't go into spoilers, but our recent connection is probably going to result in at least another 10. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the story of how I acquired 20 kids.
So much stuff has happened, yeah.
Potentially soon to be 30 kids.
God.
Yeah, well, some of your kids...
And none of them are mine.
I know. Aunties. Some of your kids are our favorite NPCs.
That's true, yeah.
Can you do the wall tour voice, please?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Waltor.
That is the gentlest and smallest and most precious of my babies, Waltor. If I remember correctly, Waltor is a little bullywug. Is that right?
Yeah, he's a tiny little baby bullywug.
Yeah. And if anything happens to him, I will burn the whole world to ash.
I wanted to be a blacksmith, but now I'm a painter.
It's our favorite.
If I had fridge, all of his paintings would be on
I do
it.
play favorites. Very clearly, it's that one.
I give Waltor all my bacon. Gotta get the muscles up. Be a blacksmithing painter.
Hell yeah.
We also love Morag.
Some more than others.
I love Morag.
Zevari likes Morag. Love is a little too strong. It's the spiders that holds her back.
The spiders are the charm.
Mm-hmm. It's the glitter.
The terror glitter.
I never expected to say this, but if we're talking about my favorite NPCs, I mean, obviously Razalax is a given because he's dope, but someone that I have come to really value the like evolving relationship that we have is Edmund.
Yeah.
Little bastard. He's really growing on me.
There's some meat and potatoes there. I remember you did not fucking like Edmund.
It's been a tough road with Edmund. It's been a really tough road.
Just to remind the listeners at home, his favorite song is Numb by Linkin Park, so you can imagine what a challenge it's been.
He is like, what, a 13-year-old boy?
12, 13.
12?
You want to get some more?
He's like 13 now, yeah. So Edmund is the Baron of Bedegar, once presumed to be dead. He is 13 years old, and he's been through a lot. He lost his family. He was kept as prisoner, and then the Crusaders cleared out the Castle Rend where he was being kept as prisoner. And when they discovered he was still alive, they realized he wasn't safe. So he had to still stay in the castle. This time, not quite as prisoner, but pretty much.
It's different. He was the first adoptee. You know,
Yeah.
you're always trying shit out with the firstborn.
For him, it was kind of rough. It was almost like nothing had changed. Yeah, and him and Dart butted heads a lot.
And
like
I
a
think
lot.
Now
almost
we've got
every
a
time.
serious mentor-mentee thing going on where I'm helping him become a burgeoning world leader.
Yeah. And he's learned like lessons from all of you guys.
And
ultimately.
I made him read The Count of Monte Cristo and what was the book? Like Reflections by Marcus Aurelius. Because I'm a huge nerd. They seemed like wise books for a young lad to read.
Oh, Edmund. Yes, it has definitely been a long road with Edmund, for sure.
Very tough.
Indeed. Speaking of said road, Shanna, it's not a question on this, I'm sorry. But would you just gotta give us like what is the world we're in, like kind of background?
Oh, like introducing the world?
Yeah. Like what campaign are we doing? That kind of information.
That's an interesting question. So we are playing in a very loose version of Vazloria, which is MCDM's campaign setting. It takes place on a planet called Orden. My version of Orden is really large and has, let's just say,
Has other shit going on.
yeah. So Vazloria is just a small part of Orden as a whole. Vazloria currently does not have like, or I guess what I should say is the way the what's going on right now, I guess politically, is that there is an emperor who recently, like within the last couple of decades, took over the area. He had killed the king and all of the king's dukes and sort of left the baronies to survive. And things became slowly, more and more disjointed over time, and have kind of like degraded some. Anything else about Vazloria? The Pantheon is a modified version of
The Dawn War Pantheon.
heavily modified. So yeah, it's mainly a big mix of homebrew, but we did start with the I think it's called the Siege at Castle Rend is the name of the adventure, and Strongholds and Followers. And then you guys did also do part of the follow-up to that in Kingdoms and Warfare. And then in addition to a little bit of Night Below from like second edition or something, kind of sprinkled in there.
In campaign, have we mentioned any other gods besides Sylvanas and Asmodeus?
No, we have
Not particularly. I think Pelor has been mentioned.
Pelor, yes.
But other than that, no. I do have a Shantheon. And yeah, I can hook you guys up with more information on that. But yeah.
There's 2 fucking moons.
Oh yeah, there's 2 moons. Motherfucker.
2 moons, 1 sun, no rings.
Is that an homage to me? Because I hope it is.
No, but it can be.
Do you remember that story?
Yes, I do actually.
Now we have 2 moons.
So that is
The moon.
we
is
do
a
for
baby.
now, right?
Yeah, for now.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I do remember that story. You thought there was 2 moons.
I did. It turns out one of them was just one of those big drums on a radio tower, but it looked very real, I swear.
Extremely moon-like.
I texted Shanna right after I got out of work in all capital letters that she needed to go outside immediately because there were 2 moons. And then in about 60 seconds after that, I texted in not capital letters. Never mind.
I was literally getting up to look outside. Like, I was like, no fucking shit, bro.
It's just an average day in Vassaloria.
Yes.
It's weird if there isn't 2 moons.
One of the moons is like big and it's kind of bluish, and then there's a smaller moon that's reddish. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, speaking of the landscape, the emperor and royalty, and we're talking about royalty in this universe, we need to bring up the Umbermores. So, our resident Umbermore here, Zevari. Who is Lady Zevari Umbermore?
Lady Zevari, Umbermore, Kenway.
Kenway.
It's hyphenated.
Hyphenated, okay.
I have to think back to where we are in the story, where we start. Lady Zevari Umbermore Kenway, current, technically, baronet in Dalrath, married to the Kenway heir. Who am I? I am his wife. I am expected to uphold the Kenways now, but before that, they called me the darling jewel of Umbermore. And I am perfect. Or at least that's how I have to be. All the protocols I know. I know how to do everything at the right time. And that can get really hard.
So who's the Umbermores? What is that? Who are the movers? Who are the shakers? How do they fit in the game of life in
Vassaloria? To give you an image, who are we in the game? Well, we set the board. We aren't a family of barons. We are counts. Our land is a little bit bigger than all the other lands. We live high up in the mountains. Most of our region is very mountainous, so it makes it easy for us to fend. So we have been lucky enough to enjoy prosperity for almost 500 years.
And who else are Umbermores? I'm thinking like your immediate, like the immediate 5.
My immediate family, well, there is my father, Count Remu. There is also my mother, Preus, Countess Preus, to everyone else, Umbermore. She's so funny. She's so great. She's really high-strung.
And funny is interesting way of describing your mother.
Well, some of us do know her.
I am glad to not be one of them.
Not for long. But my mom is great. She is a very neurotic, anxious person, though. And she has a killer intuition. I don't understand it myself, but I obviously didn't get any of that. There is my oldest sibling, Lord Zaris Umbermore, first of his name, first in line for the throne. What isn't there to say about Zaris? I don't really know. If you read any of the tabloids in Umbermore, I'm sure you know more than I do, honestly.
First in line for Rain's heart.
And If Rain will allow that, maybe.
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 Damn.
You know, my sibling is dating my friend. I don't know if Rain would consider me a friend, but they are dating, and that's been very interesting for me. But I try not to dwell on it too much. And then I do have a younger sibling, small lady, Zalia Umbermore. She is deceiving. You would think that she is not the type to pay attention to her environment or the questionable people that we are forced to interact with, but she notices things that I don't think I ever could. She is so observant. She is genius, I think, and I miss her very dearly.
For the very first time, my brain was like, I can't wait for Zalia to meet Edmund.
That means a lot to me. We'll talk about it later.
It just reminds me of Dragon Prince. I'm sorry.
Well, now I need to tune the fuck in.
You've been needing to tune in, honestly.
I'm so slow to watch new things.
It's fine, though. You know, take your time.
It's okay. The 7th season's coming out soon. It's the final.
Oh, God.
Wow. I'm very, very
I'm
behind.
very behind.
Very behind. So just take your time.
That's my immediate family. Ignoring my cousins.
Who's your
There
grandma?
are some cousins.
And why is she important to this story?
My grandma, Countess Liliana Umbermore, or Viscountess, depending on which timeline, time we're referring as, what her title is. She's important because she was a fucking genius. Like, in the history of the world, I don't think there's been a smarter woman than her. She created firearms. She created guns out of nothing but the resources in her study. I don't know anybody else that could do that. To refine such a machine in one lifetime is insane to me. And I also miss her dearly. She has passed a very long time ago, but she is still my hero. Imagine this like an E interview.
Yeah.
So, Rain.
Oh, goodness.
We must know your relationship with Zars Umbermore, Zars the Unready, as he's been called even. How did that happen? How did, give us the details.
Well, I had no idea that Zevari had a sibling because they were Lady Litria, which we're going to come back to figure out who that is, when we first met. And then all of a sudden, this, toned,
Tone?
I said tall.
Oh.
Tall, white-haired twink appeared, and their entourage, and all of a sudden you are now, Lady Zevari, and that is this is a different, I'm saying it's to you, and this is the E interview. And suddenly, all of a sudden,
Gone.
Zars arrived. Kind of saved everyone in a big fight in the Underdark, and then they invited me to the Sapphire Jubilee, and I said yeah. And I said yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know really what I was getting into, but I'm in it now.
Don't worry, Rain. Your secret is safe with us.
The next time
Wink.
Dark sees him, I'm going to call him Zaris the Premature.
You sure can do that. You can do anything.
You certainly try. But yeah, so we did. It wasn't that long ago that we went on our first real date, because battle isn't dating all the time, Sometimes.
Well, can you answer another question for us about your relationship with Zaris?
Yeah, I guess I have a couple more minutes before I have to get off.
You're so gracious.
Just like this is a red carpet interview at the Zevari.
Oh. What is the importance of wisteria to you and Zaris?
Well, it kind of was at our first date. You know, the Black Bottom, Countess Preyas started the beautiful gardens there, and we celebrated in the Wisteria Tunnel with our first kiss.
Oh, we know it's all over the tabloids. It is out there.
I'm sorry, can
it's
you tell
very
us
beautiful picture.
The significance in your relationship with Zaris of dino nuggies?
Yes, what are these dino nuggies?
So there are these lizard-type animals that look best in chicken form. So you take chicken and you mash it all up. I don't know. Actually, you sprinkle in some magic while you're doing it because it's just fucking delicious. And you just little bite-sized nuggets that look like dinosaurs. That's why they're dino nuggies. And Zaris is really good at it, and he can make tater tots too from scratch. Perfect. Every single one was uniform.
I bet you sure do believe that. Anyway.
Oh, I bet you. Makes sense that you don't.
Oh, well, good thing I'm the one asking the questions.
It's a good one. Thing that I'm the one that's dating the heir to the Umbermore.
The unready, yes.
He was trained by Chef Tyson.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think if there's any other questions like that aren't on here, Rain-based questions. Well, enough about Zaris, Rain. I want to know more about you. Where are you from? Where in Vazloria are you from?
You know, I'm not really from Vazloria. I'm from the other side of the mountain, but you know, it's okay. And there's lots of mini names for over there.
Oh yes, the Feywild. We know all about that story. That's really amazing that you're from there. That's so interesting.
Yeah, that's right. That's where I'm from. Yep. That's on the record. Yep.
Yeah, Feywild.
Yep.
Feywild dwarf. Don't see too many of those.
Fey Bay over here, you know.
Oh, is that what Zaris calls you?
That's what your tabloids are going to call me now.
You're right. Put it on the presses now. Well, word on the street is over there in that section of the Feywild, there's some really questionable things going on. Like, you wouldn't exactly be welcomed back? What's that about? Or is that just all hearsay?
Oh, no, it's not. It's not hearsay, and it's not fully true. I would be welcome back in Colia, the city where I live. But
Colia? What the fuck is a Colia? I've never heard of that place before.
I don't know. She didn't tell us. She didn't get us this material before
fucking research.
I'm sorry, Dixie.
Excuse me. I don't have time for the bickering, but you know, I'm absolutely welcome in Colia. However, the Empire over there, the Emperor of the Pages, doesn't like people with disabilities very much and sees them as a blemish and an imperfection to his plan.
Write that down.
And so, because of this, it is seen for, you know, the greater good for people like me to not exist anymore.
Well, who has the last laugh now? Look at how successful you are.
Yeah, you know. We'll see how tonight goes.
Oh. All right. Future Countess. Vosgrove, Umbermore, Vosgrove. Get the votes ready. We could put this in next week's issue. Or maybe they make a new last name.
Graham's like, don't answer that! Don't answer that!
Graham pulls Rain
just wraps his arm around, like hooks his arm into yours and is like, no comment.
But Graham,
pleasure. I have a 360 camera I have to get to. Okay, thanks.
Bye. Yeah, 360 when you're in the meeting. Rain really is everywhere. She is, in fact, so Julia.
Punching that.
I need a 360 remix, but right now. The Brat Summer still continues. Graham. God, fucking...
Don't Graham me.
I hate this.
No comment.
I hate this little shit. He always does this.
Lovely to see you. You look amazing. Let's go.
Thank you. Oh my god. You're the best, Graham. And that's out. Are the Tabaxi cats? Yes. Are they all set for later tonight?
He's like, yes. Like he's like taking you back to the backstage
To
or
the
whatever.
super secret.
Yeah. It's time to go.
Get on the roof. I imagine Rain like moon gliding up to the roof and Graham just holding on for dear life, screaming. It's like I know this is normal to you and all, Rain, and I hope this isn't ableist, but this is really weird. Is that ableist?
We need to save this for the one shot version.
Right.
Listen, I have. There's something in me, Graham, that needs to come out. I think Graham and Rain should have a fun adventure.
The bestie and the girlfriend.
Yeah.
An adventure to get a gift for Harrison's
It's
birthday.
like my name is gonna go on this too, right?
You're gonna put your names on the Tabaxi cat dolls?
If they fucking let me.
I mean, same.
Suddenly you find out Rain and
bro
Graham have they have bro energy.
And then Rain wing chicks for Graham.
You're
You're
gonna
not
need
ready.
You're gonna need more than that. You're gonna need some prayers and a can of WD-40.
Well, I want that water bottle.
Exactly. He needs to stay hydrated.
Goodness. Okay, we're getting off track.
We'll get track.
This interview's all over the place.
I'm over here trying to come up with a cat version of Nicole Scherzinger.
Oh, I already have the Scherzing C.
Neko?
Something of the Scherzing C.
That's nice.
I was just like Neko, like literally.
Yeah, Neko of the Scherzing C. Also, I saw a video of her shooting like a bow and arrow where she slides down into the splits.
That's so hot.
And she like fucking hits it. Like hits
Damn.
the thing.
I want, whenever I make a ranger character, because my goal is still one day to play all the classes. Whenever I make a ranger character, just know that's what the fuck is going
Just
on.
Google it. Fucking. Okay. Lady Zevari.
Oh, hello.
Hi. News reports have stated that maybe you go by a different name now.
I mean, I've taken up going by one of my middle names occasionally. Is that what you mean?
Which one?
Oh, any of them. Not really Alexandra. I don't really use that one much.
What about a Litria?
Oh, that one. That one is more of an homage to a friend of mine who has since passed, unfortunately.
Was it due to being a part of the Church of Asmodeus?
Oh, God, no.
'Cause that's what reports have told us recently.
Oh, well, Litria is a common tiefling name, so you might have the wrong information on that.
We'll check back in with you. I hope you have a great rest of your night, though.
Oh, my information's never wrong.
I know it's never wrong.
This is bullshit.
I know. There's something fishy. We gotta follow her.
There's definitely something going on.
Now there's gonna have to be a one-shot where we're reporters.
Journalism.
Fuck.
That would be really fun.
Investigation journalism one-shot.
Actually. Oh my God. We better all stack up our investigations. That'll be the one thing we're using all fucking night.
Can I have Olari, please?
We're gonna do a one shot where you guys are all paparazzi and you're tracking down the Ham Crusaders.
So, Shanna, DM, how was the Underdark?
Hi, God.
Hi, God.
How was the Underdark?
How was the Underdark?
I mean, I thought it was lovely.
Oh, what did you
Grand
think?
time?
What did you
Yeah.
find so lovely about it? The sights, the sounds, the smells.
Yeah. Particularly, how damp it is, or it was, at least where you guys were. That was lovely. The troglodytes were a highlight for me, personally. I'm a little
me too.
disappointed that you guys avoided the Grell.
I don't even remember what the hell the Grell is, but I'm glad we avoided it.
They're like giant floating brains with like beaks and tentacles.
You fought one in the Lore of LaRue. The hag had one in the well.
Yeah, that's right. Those things are nasty.
Mm-hmm.
It was my first time getting to use a purple worm, which was wonderful.
You got to use a lot of stuff for the first time.
Yeah. Did I? I mean, well...
Have you ever run an Aboleth before?
Oh, no, I hadn't run an Alboleth before.
I was like, what the hell were you up to?
Kool-Aid Man?
No.
Or...
That didn't end up working out quite like I expected.
Or
But I still
inner party betrayal.
My goodness. So, okay. Dart. Underdart. What was your experience, and who is Charlie Bigbottom?
The Underdark. So that was a mess.
From beginning to end.
What I remember specifically is that like the very first time we came there to the Underdark, like once we got through the portal or what have you, I feel like as soon as we tried to maneuver into the Underdark, everything went horribly wrong and we very nearly died. Like the first thing we touched just exploded.
Glyph of Warding.
Yeah, like it's
honestly, we earned that though.
Yeah.
That was when you guys came back.
Mm-hmm.
We earned the Glyph of Warding thing though. I will give that to them.
I'm like in the I got a little cavalier with my diplomacy and made some people upset, if I recall.
Indeed.
And I'm still convinced, though the DM says otherwise, that I brought the Aboleth upon us.
Like breath bat juju.
Yeah, by mentioning that it was like a creature that I wanted to fight.
The DM will give you whatever you ask for, even if you don't want it.
But we did end up defeating it, which was, that was a big moment for me. That was the first time I felt like, I don't know, like we were high-level characters. I mean, we weren't necessarily high-level at the time, but it felt like a very high-level character thing.
I feel like 8 is pretty high.
Yeah.
We're definitely high now.
It was also like a 2.5 session fight.
It was a huge fucking fight, Mike. It was awesome.
Plus, there was other like components leading up to it. Like the charge up to it was fucking long.
I think the most important thing I want to talk about with regards to the Underdark is the development of new slurs.
I fucking love new fantasy slurs.
I don't remember what the creatures are actually called, but
Koatoa.
the Koatoa, is that what they were? Was it?
Is
Yeah.
it? No. Or
No.
is it,
I just know.
Fish people.
Is it not Kuatoa?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, because they were worshipping Blip Dual Poop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Koatoa. Yeah, that's right.
Except Dart, despite all his otherwise liberal politics, does not like the Gogglers, as he so calls them.
R.
Yeah, that's a hard R on that Goggler.
Also, everyone, I am black. I can say that joke and make that joke whenever I fucking want, so don't you start with me.
I am not black, and it is questionable.
If I bring it up first, it's fine.
The Underdark is also where you guys met Morag.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And Penna's boyfriend. So we went to the Underdark because Penna got stolen, yoinked, for her mage powers because they were hoarding mages. It's also where we met Lilac.
Yes.
Who they were using her. She's a gemstone
She's a gemstone dragonborn, yeah.
Which are illegal in Vazloria.
Yes, the Emperor said, stop making them.
They are made, not born.
Yes, they are Gemstone Dragonborn are made via sorcery. They don't occur naturally.
So, yeah, so...
And the Emperor said no to that. It's unnatural. Don't do that anymore. And further lore, the Gemstone Dragon Knights were like the King's Knights, the previous King's Knights. So there's like
Symbolism there.
also additional historical reasons why the Emperor banned the creation of them. And if you turn one in, you do get some money.
How much?
Well,
This is the player wondering, or is that something you can't reveal?
I mean, it's kind of like one of those things where, okay, so DM wise, I imagine it's kind of one of those things where they pay you what you're willing to take, if that makes sense. So like they will try to lowball you, but if you're like, no, I know. Like,
I know what the fuck I
You
have.
find out when you do it, you dastardly class traitor.
Exactly. Like basically it's just kind of like some people will be like, oh, you know, I got 500 gold, and other people will be like 500, I got like 3,000, you know, and it's just because of
Money talks.
like also like who they are economically, right? Like if they know you're poor, they're going to start by offering you like 100 gold, which is a year's worth of money almost. Like it's a lot. But, you know, if you're of a higher status, then they're going to compensate you accordingly.
Shanna, I feel like there was an encounter we had in the Underdark that is fuzzy at best in my memory, and I think it was something along the lines of we ran into this guy where we could either run into him or his brother.
The Rakshasas.
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw his brother on the way as we were leaving. I remember they were like fucking fighting. And I was like, I'm glad we didn't do that shit. I'm beat up.
Yes, so you guys were you were traveling through some hook horror caverns when you noticed some regular furniture in like one of the chambers, and at that point you guys were really beat up, so you guys were like, what, we're not gonna look into
I
that.
remember we hotboxed this place.
And then I believe, if I remember correctly, you ended up like running into the other one.
Yeah.
And he was looking for his brother. And you guys had like kind of figured out like, his brother was living in that chamber disguised as a hook horror. And I think you guys told him because he like offered you something.
The Crimson Mist?
No. I feel like we got the Crimson Mist during the Aboleth fight.
No, because you used it on the siege of the City of the Glass Pool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. I got it before.
Yeah, you had it. I think that might have been what you guys got. Yeah, he ended up giving you guys something. And you were like, oh yeah, we're pretty sure he was here. And when you guys were leaving, you saw that they were fighting. But yeah, it was just something that like was a background sort of thing. Two Rakshasa brothers trying to kill each other.
I used the Crimson Mist, and then it got like semi-defeated, and I just like bottled up its remains, and it slowly regenerated, and now I have it again.
Just, I imagine you just slowly like scooping it up, and it's like the consistency of slime.
Lovely.
Because Crimson Mist is something that's created. Well, here's some lore. Crimson Mist is something that's created from a vampire that died via like sunlight, usually like some kind of like sunlight spell or something.
I got an idea for Strahd, y'all.
Some things that people will learn in the first episode is that you be a king.
Yeah, that's right.
Long live the king.
How you be a king, Frog King, sir?
So much like becoming a father, it was entirely accidental.
That's real.
If I recall correctly, we were attempting to loot a church, and there was like a puzzle or something, and the gist of it was like that it said that anyone needed to just accept like responsibility or something for like being a defender of the realm. And if you just agreed to be a defender of the realm, then you got the loot, and no one else wanted to do it. And I was like, I mean, whatever, it's cool. I'll say I'll be the defender of the realm. That's fine. And I did, and
Some time later,
a little loot box opened up, and inside there was like a fancy sword and a fancy shield, a crown, and some kingly silk robes, and I thought nothing of it. I was like, well, I'll just throw those on my pack donkey and we'll sell them when we get somewhere.
There was also bones.
oh
my god.
Yeah.
Bones. Yeah.
This was before our actions had consequences.
Yeah.
This was before that.
Temperance bones.
I thought absolutely nothing of it. I just swept the bones off onto the ground, packed up the gear, and threw it onto my donkey, Bucephalus. And we just rode away. And I think it was probably like 80 sessions later when you were like, hey, remember that shield you picked up?
It was a year later.
Yeah. I was like,
remember telling you about
vaguely? Sort of. I have it written down in my notes somewhere. And you were like, yeah, by the way, when you did that, you became a king. And I was like, oh my god.
But what it was, I think, is when you guys met Razlax.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it wasn't that, like, it wasn't like, it was probably like 10-ish, I don't know, 10 sessions later or something like that. I don't know, because it was when you guys cleared out Castle Rend. When you met Razlax, he told you what the significance of the shield was. And that's why he, like, swore fealty to you. Because he was like, I recognize the symbol of the shield of Andoran.
It seemed like it was so much late, like
It was a
afterwards.
year.
Yeah,
It was,
Like you had it for like
D&D
Yeah.
time is crazy.
like us playing for a year, not
Yeah.
like
Mind you, it's been 3
Game
years
time.
IRL, but in the game it's been like 3 months.
Because I didn't think I found out I became a king then, because I feel like when I found out that the shield was significant, I, like, offered it to Razalax, and he was like, I'm not worth it.
I remember
Yeah,
telling you about the king thing because I remember Taste telling Zevari about it. And Zevari being like, I'm going to tell Dart and it's going to freak him out. It's going to be really funny. And it didn't. And you rose to the occasion instead.
But I do remember you telling me that, like, the sword and shield sort of, like, in a way choose to continue being, like, a thing for whoever has them if based on, like, their deeds.
so it's...
Something like that.
So, and also, I'm not sure how much longer. It wasn't like right when you met Razalax, because he didn't like see the shield right away. You know what I mean? Because you
weren't brandishing it.
You didn't even have it with you. I think you had buried it at that point.
oh yeah, because someone tried to attack us.
It wasn't until later, and I think that's when he had told you the significance of the shield. So, yeah, that kind of makes more sense. But it is the shield itself. So the sword, Arcturus, the sword of stars, it belongs to, there's basically like a legendary group of weapons. And so it is one of them. The party is also in possession of Scorpius, the sword of lies.
I'm having so much fun doing it.
And so Arcturus and the Shield of Andoran aren't necessarily like...
But was it the shield then that was like...
But the shield is what, like, recognized, like, once it recognized you as a leader, that's when the shield granted you its benefits and started, like, protecting you. And, you know, kind of activating. And so it's kind of, the shield does kind of determine your worthiness, essentially. Like, obviously, you know, there's a lot of other factors that go into being king, but as far as the shield is concerned, you're worthy of becoming king. And at one point, the shield itself conferred nobility. Whoever wielded it was king of Andrim.
And now seems like a good time to say that I, Ryan, the regular person, generally viewed myself as having no leadership ability whatsoever. But for some reason, I keep accidentally falling into that position within my campaigns.
Something in you's trying to get expressed.
And I seem to be reasonably good at it. So if any of my managers are listening, please promote me.
Promote.
I have leadership ability. Backtrack a little bit. We were talking about the Underdark, and I just wanted to talk about a moment that happened before we went into the Underdark. That's one of my favorite moments of the campaign. I call it the lucky brain foot, if you guys recall. So I think we were fighting. What's the name of that orc?
A Bonebreaker Dora
Yeah,
Core.
Bonebreaker Dora Core. And
For the second time?
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. Because
When
we
she
were
like
outside.
zombified, so
We were outside a tower nearby where we ended up going into the Underdark.
yeah, she was already gone.
And I can't remember. It wasn't a mind flayer, but it was something in that realm.
Intellect Devour.
No, was
that
it?
was the brain foot.
That was the brain foot. No, it was something with like
No, it was a mind
because we
flayer.
saw
Yeah.
mind flayers talking with them.
Mind flayers.
Yeah, no, yeah, you guys fought a mind flayer with
quite a few of
Bonebreaker
them.
Dora Core.
Right.
Quite a few of them.
But in any case, we finished off Bonebreaker Doracor, the terrifying orc, and they fell to the ground, and then something alien style burst out of their head. And in the greatest use of my gun, which we haven't really talked about yet, but in addition to my
all guns
bow
in
and
this
arrow,
world come from Umbermore.
I do have a gun, and the lucky or the intellect devourer burst out of Bonebreaker Doracor, and rather than fire an arrow at it, I pulled out my pistol and unloaded the entire clip into it, terrified and screaming, and then took its corpse and put a little chain on it, and it became a little token of mine called the Lucky Brainfoot.
It's shriveled up like jerky now.
Yeah, and it's one of, like, as a hunter type character, it's one of my tokens of accomplishment, the Lucky Brainfoot, and one of my most cherished memories of the campaign was me screaming with this little toy gun that I found in a park, which not a great place to find a gun, but
It's a toy.
it's a toy, and it makes fun noises. It used to make fun noises before the battery ran out. But yeah, screaming and shooting. That was a great one.
Crying. Throwing up.
It was.
I have a question.
Yeah.
We haven't asked Rain what you thought of the Underdark.
Underdark.
Rain was terrified the whole time, especially when both the Umbermores were there with her, and she had the heir and the
Spare.
the heir and the spare together. I'm sorry.
That didn't hurt her at all.
The heir and the next in line together in one battle, both went down.
Both dying.
Also flirting with both of them simultaneously in like a weird situation.
Voss
Unintentionally.
Vossmore.
No, unintentionally. One of them.
Unintentionally one of them, intentionally the other.
You said the heir and the spare, and I was like, how could you talk that way about Graham and Leslie?
No,
I feel like, Raymond, where the hell did you go? I didn't write that.
Nope, not I. I just wanted to get out. But also, so what was interesting about the Underdark is that we went twice. And one of the reasons why we went twice was because we had like an attack on our castle. And I felt like that section of our play
That was so intense.
is like worth noting because we did something I personally had never done before, which was like a siege on our castle.
We did like actual wargaming.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, that's crazy.
And I anticipate more of that happening in the future. So like using our like understanding how many units we had and working with the clock and trying to do all of that all while being in the Underdark. Rain's brain was everywhere. Like, it was just like, okay, we gotta do this. Okay, where are the Underdark?
Her ADHD was having a fucking field day.
So that's how Rain felt about the Underdark. Is that it's like, okay, gotta do this. I gotta do all these things. Okay, now we gotta defend our castle. Okay, now we gotta go back. Oh shit, blown up. Okay, like...
Okay, blown up. Okay, I'm gonna go to a party later. All right.
I'm going to a party. I'm gonna hold my breath and go through all these walls with these other Dwagar and like, I don't even know.
And we did see Dwagar fucking...
The deep gnomes.
Yep, the deep
gnomes.
yeah.
Coronon, the gem finder.
Mm-hmm.
Who still like hangs out in the castle.
I like that wherever we go, we come back with like souvenirs, and the souvenirs are people.
Yeah.
Wait. Was Coronon the one where I like threatened to destroy their kingdom and then they got mad at me?
Yeah. They did that once before.
Coronon's not the one who got... Coronon brought you to his queen.
That's right.
Or, his high priestess, and she was the one who got mad at you. And she was so mad at Coronon that she exiled him. And so he came back to you guys and was like, and you guys were like, okay,
I gotta pay his rent too.
You can come to our
he lives at the castle with us.
Yeah, I really blew up his spot.
Rain, can I ask you a question? What does the term gooba gooba mean to you?
Shit, I didn't even think to bring that up.
Gooba gooba. Okay, one.
Gooba,
it is a terrible... not accurate reference to a community bit.
It's not accurate
because it's not quite gooba gooba.
Oh, it's gooba gooba.
Is it gooba?
It's gooba gooba.
Okay, so
bear down on that reference, kids.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. So it is a community reference, so that's really funny. But basically, she had to talk to the troglodytes, but she doesn't speak troglodyte. She in the Underdark, she came across troglodytes, but she wanted to be friends, and so she somehow figured out gooba gooba and like thumbs up and like hey, and like she gave them scraps and friendship bracelets and gooba gooba'd, and that's how they were like communicated is via goobas, and that
was our rough approximation of their language.
Yeah.
Highly complex, but boiled down essentially comes out
it's like
gooba,
Groot.
gooba.
I am Groot. It was just gooba gooba. And
it's
we like
kind of just like meant like friend or basically some kind of symbol that you guys were on the same side. And
speak friend and enter.
Now you guys
we
have
said gooba gooba.
A unit of troglodytes.
Yes.
Yeah. 28 troglodytes.
At least that was something good. That was something good out of the Underdark. We got a lot of friends.
Could have been worse. It could have been gogglers. That's all I'm saying.
I saved as many of them as I possibly could.
I do want to give Dart a little bit of credit here about the gogglers. Sorry. Oh, there we are. Even though you hated the Quotoa, you still spared the eggs.
I mean,
children are the future.
I have a soft spot for kids.
This is true.
Because there were some mages who were going to just destroy them, and he stepped in and was like, no, you're not doing that. So it wasn't even like blood that was going to be on your hands, and you still like refused. Like that's the kind of shit. I think that is the reason why the shield like chose Dart. Because he knows who the king is.
Mm-hmm. He has the will of fire.
Food for thought. Alternate campaign timeline. Rain's fucking queen. Rain was right there when Dart got that shit. In another timeline, Rain took it. And that's fucking crazy to think about.
What AU?
Oh, like if Rain had sworn the oath instead.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's like AU.
In the AU, I don't adopt kids, but I do have a long-standing relationship with a tree named Charlene.
It's very off again, on again.
I think you'd still have Charlie Big Bottom, though.
Yeah.
Rain can barely fathom the idea of being a dame. I don't think... Like, come back the night, like to fucking Colia. It's like, hey guys, I know you all have like doubted me and opinions about me, but Guess who's fucking queen now?
I'm queen now. Suck my dick.
I'm the queen of the castle, and you're the dirty rat.
No.
My initial mount was a extremely, almost inexplicably well-trained donkey named Bucephalus. And then while we were in the Underdark, I achieved a long-standing childhood dream of taming a giant spider to be my new mount, who I promptly named Charlie Big Bottom. And he has served me loyally ever since.
I can't do it as good as you can. Wonderful. Well, Shanna. 2.5 years of gameplay, going from level 3 to level 10. One of the last things that we did, all that time, all that lead up, last things we did was we went to Bedegar and we went to go capture Lord Saxton. We had another mission as well. But what happened? Like how our first episode, we will really be diving into like the what happened after the events of the Star Chamber. So just kind of like what happened and why was it so significant and how has it led to where we're starting recording?
Okay. So Lord Saxton was the... Oh, sorry. Well, I mean, he is...
He is still alive.
the usurper of Bedegar. He is a lord who used to work for the previous Baron of Bedegar. I know his name.
The previous Baron?
Yeah.
Like Edmund's father?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You said his name before, but I don't have it in
Mr.
Bedegar.
Mr. Bedegar.
Insert name here.
Insert name here. I have it written down. I know it, but for some reason it's escaping me right now.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta work for somebody if you're gonna usurp them.
So yeah, he had worked with the previous Baron of Bedegar, who was Edmund's father. And Edmund was actually not the heir. He had an older brother. He was not meant to rule. It is still a little unclear exactly what happened. However, Saxton hired Bonebreaker Doracor and her orcs to mount a siege on Bedegar. Saxton let them in and had them kill the entire family so that he could step in and become the Baron. The orcs. Bonebreaker Doracor was kind of like, she wanted to make sure she had insurance against Saxton to make sure that she got paid. So she decided not to kill the youngest son, Edmund, and instead keep him captive. That way, just in case Saxton tried any like fuck shit, they could be like, well, we have this boy, so like, you're not actually the Baron. Fuck you. And that's kind of where, so that's why they were keeping him prisoner. And they were continuing to work for Saxton, as well as they were doing side work for the Mind Flayers, the Mind Flayers were employing mercenaries, kind of all over the place, because you guys actually had come across some other mercenaries from another part of, like, Vasloria, I think from Black Bottom, down there, that they had been employing mercenaries to bring them spellcasters. And that's because the Avaleth needed them to power his Tower of Domination.
That shit sucked.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, I guess. Yeah, now that I think about it. But that's, so back to Saxon, well, that's where, I guess, yeah, so he had Bonebreaker Dorakor, killed the Medegar family. Edmund was the one still alive. That's when you guys came in. You guys had cleaned out. Bonebreaker Dorakor's tribe. I guess it's not really like a tribe. It's more like her crew. And that was via like possession and ghostly adventures. And just a variety of hat tricks.
Shenanigans, perhaps.
Shenanery.
Yeah, so then it was like now Edmund's in your guys' hands, and that's kind of how that happened. So right from the jump, Edmund tells you like, well, I'm gonna go kill Lord Saxon. That's
me.
That's what I'm gonna do. And you guys are like, no, the fuck you aren't, child, chill out. And you guys kind of are like, well, this is our problem now. And that is essentially when you guys were truly like opposing Saxon. In addition to that, you guys had run-ins with one of his Star Knights, Sir Peliton, and
Sir Pencil Dick.
and you guys pretty quickly figured out that he's a piece of work. And so that is why your castle was attacked, was that Lord Saxon sent Sir Peliton with a small militia to lay siege on Castle Rend, because he was pissed off at you. And that's when you killed Sir Peliton. You killed the Master of Ravens, who also has history with Zevari,
which we didn't know at the time.
Yeah, which is explored later. So that is when she became the Master of Ravens. But yeah, so it's Saxon had been kind of like on your asses for a minute, and he definitely was also like raising like taxes and pissing people off, and also doing some weird shit in the Star Chamber that you guys ended up uncovering and putting it into. But yeah, so he had just kind of been a thorn in your side for a long time, and it was a big deal, for Edmund. It was a very emotional situation for him for you guys to have finally captured him. Mm-hmm. And you're now bringing him to justice.
And one minor thing that happened, minor as in we forgot someone.
Yes.
We'll have to go back and get her.
So that'll be some of those things that we're going to be doing when we start our first episode is,
woo!
We're arriving back to Castle Rend after a partly successful mission to capture Lord Saxon, which we did. And so, yeah, we'll have to see
how we deal with him.
How we deal with that and how the story proceeds. But we really just wanted to kind of give you a taste of what 2.5 years of progress was.
Of course, this is the Spark Notes.
Indeed. And there's definitely a lot of things that will come up.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah, there's so much more.
If we make a reference to something, holla.
Check the wiki. I'm sure it'll get made at some point.
Indeed. There's going to be lore and lore and lore and lore. And one day we're hoping to have a Patreon popped up too. So
if you're ever interested, let us know.
Yeah. Having some fun stuff. But yeah, so thanks for tuning into our, episode 0, our little prologue of who we are, what we're doing, why we're doing, and what we have done. And yeah, does anybody else want to say anything?
I have one thing to mention.
Yes.
Zevari's time in the Underdark sucked, especially for her. She's a lady. She's not used to this shit. And then it got really, really bad when her mind became not her own anymore. And the Aboleth was controlling her and making her lie to and betray her friends. And further damaging her relationship with the rest of the party in ways that still have not been recovered. That will, play into her mental state as we get into this first episode and first arc. She's not doing great, y'all.
Yeah, and on that note, don't forget to pick your toe crusties before bed. Just throwing that out there.
Words of advice from DM?
No.
All right.
Typical.
Thank you, God.
Advice on what? It's not specific enough. I'm autistic. I apologize.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what kind of advice?
This isn't accessible.
Advice on advice.
Oh, God.
Okay. So when giving advice, you want to make sure that you understand the context needed for the advice. And most of the time, it's best if you don't give it when it's unsolicited. Sometimes people have to hear it, and it's like, man, I gotta be that person, which I don't like to be. So I usually, chicken out. So don't be like that, and
Drink lots of water.
be conservative about your not politics.
Conservative.
Jesus Christ.
My God.
Phrasing.
Got a little
Give
bit.
advice in moderation. Give
canceled.
Moderation. Don't be conservative.
You're canceled.
I'm not telling you what to be. See, this is why I don't give advice.
Well, there you have it. That has been the prologue, the very beginning, the introduction of what we've been doing, who we are, what we're doing, all the things. Thanks for making it this far, and we're super excited to share our story. And full disclosure, the audio that we have coming up, the quality of it isn't as good as what we have here for the prologue. This is your what is to come audio, and even now we've already improved beyond what we did for this prologue here. So just please give us grace, please keep with us, and please stay safe, friends.
Now I just kind of want Walter to have a really eclectic taste in 1990s rap music. He loves Eric B. and Rakim.
And Queen Latifah.
God. It's time for me to ask my
It's
mother.
ladies
She's like,
first.
Mom, give me your old CDs, your old cassettes. We need them for research.
Please get art of Walter dressed up as Queen Latifah.
Oh my fucking God. I meet you
During
with
her
that.
UNITY face.
Yeah.